All right, today we're going to journey to the beautiful highlands of southern India to explore the story of a really unique and resilient community. So let's dive right in.
So, when you hear the Blue Mountains, you might be thinking of Australia, right? Well, today we're going to a different, absolutely stunning range in southern India. And more importantly, we're going to meet the people who've called these misty peaks home for centuries.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning and get to know the Badaga people. We'll kick things off with their incredible home and the very roots of their community.
Just imagine living here. This is the Nilgiris, a mountain range that literally translates to Blue Mountains. And you know why? It gets that name from this amazing purplish-blue flower that blooms only once every 12 years, covering the hillsides. That, plus the natural haze, gives the whole place that iconic blue tint. This is the ancestral home of the Badaga.
So who exactly are the Badagas? Well, they're the largest indigenous community in the Nilgiris, and their name actually tells a big part of their story. Badaga means northerner, which points to their history as migrants who traveled from the northern plains centuries ago looking for a new place to call home. To really, truly understand what it means to be Badaga, you have to see how they live together. And that brings us to the absolute core of their community, something called the Hati.
The Hati. Okay, this is the key. It's their word for a traditional village, but honestly, it's so much more than just a bunch of houses. Think of it as the central hub for their culture, their social life, their whole identity, really.
You know, hatis aren't just random clusters of buildings. They're actually made of these very distinct row houses, all built side by side, and they're often organized by family clans. The whole layout is completely intentional. It's designed to create this deep sense of community, making it the undeniable center of Badaga life.
So here's the main takeaway. The Hekti isn't just a dot on a map. It's like a physical representation of the Badaga worldview. It stands for their deeply held values of mutual support, of a shared identity, and of living together as one big collective.
Now that we know where and how they live, let's see how that incredible community spirit just comes alive. We're going to dive into their most important cultural event, the Hethe Haba Festival.
Every single year, for about a week, the entire Badaga world comes together for Hethe Haba. It is by far their most significant festival, a time of incredible devotion and celebration that brings Badagas back home from all over the world to strengthen those cultural bonds.
Okay, so what actually goes on? Well, it's a whole multi-stage celebration. It starts with a sacred procession that travels between all the Hatis, physically connecting the whole community. Then you've got this beautiful, rhythmic, devotional dance that's performed by hundreds of people all at once. And of course, it all wraps up with a huge community feast, because sharing food is, the ultimate way to show unity.
One of the most breathtaking parts of Hethe Haba is this everyone, men, women, children, you name it, is dressed in these traditional, pure white garments. It creates this mesmerizing sea of white that flows through the green hills. It's just a powerful visual symbol of their shared faith, purity, and oneness.
Now, while these traditions are ancient and so deeply important, the Badaga community is absolutely not frozen in time. In fact, they've gone through this remarkable transformation, basically moving from the fields to the future.
I mean, the transformation is just striking. For generations, they were masters of the land, farming and cultivating tea on these mountain slopes. But today, the community has doctors, engineers, tech entrepreneurs, and professionals in pretty much every field you can think of.
So you might be wondering, what caused this incredible shift? Well, it boils down to one powerful force: education. The Badaga community made this collective, very strategic decision to push for learning. They knew that investing in the minds of their children was the most important investment in their future. It's like they built a bridge, allowing the younger generations to cross from a life tied to the land to a future with limitless possibilities.
So where does all of that leave them? Let's bring everything together and take a look at what it really means to be Badaga in the 21st century.
The story of the modern Badagas is really all about balance. They are deeply involved in the modern, globalized world, but at the same time, they fiercely protect their language, their Hati system, and their incredible cultural traditions like Hethe Haba. It's a heritage that is very much alive and breathing. This quote just perfectly captures the spirit of the Badaga people, doesn't it? It's a community that is so deeply grounded in its unique history and mountain home, but at the same time is always reaching for progress, for growth, and for new heights. And this leaves us with a final thought. The journey of the Badagas offers a really powerful example of how to maintain that delicate, vital balance. It's a question not just for them, but for communities all over the world.
Thanks so much for watching.